Welcome to the fascinating world of plant cells. Have you ever looked closely at a plant and wondered what's going on inside? Well, today we are going to do just that by examining the onion peel under a microscope. Onions are not just great for cooking, they also offer a clear window into the microscopic world of cells. In this experiment, we'll be observing the onion peel, which is a thin, transparent layer of cells perfect for a clear view. The beauty of onion peel is that it's large enough to study, yet transparent enough to allow light to pass through, revealing its hidden wonders. We'll see structures like the cell wall, cell membrane, and nucleus, which are all vital components of plant cells. Let's begin our journey into the microscopic anatomy of a plant cell. Now, let's begin by preparing the onion peel. It's almost like getting ready for a special observation, right? So, step 1, grab a small piece of onion and carefully peel off a thin layer from the inner side. This layer is what we are going to examine under the microscope. Why onion peel? Well, it's transparent and simple to handle, making it ideal for studying. Once we have the peel, place it on a clean glass slide. Now comes the magic ingredient, iodine solution. This will stain the cell wall and nucleus, making them much easier to see. It's like giving the cells a highlighter for clarity. Carefully add a few drops of iodine solution and then place a cover slip gently over the onion peel. Press lightly to remove any air bubbles. Imagine it like sealing a treasure map inside glass to keep all the important details intact for us to study. Now that our slide is prepared, let's look through the microscope. Adjust the focus and voila, you're about to step into the world of plant cells. As we look at the onion peel cells, what stands out first is the cell wall, which gives the cell its shape, rigid, box-like, and a clear boundary around each individual cell. The cell wall is like a protective fence, giving the cell its strength and structure. The next thing you'll notice is the nucleus, the brain of the cell, often appearing as a dark spot inside each cell. It's here that the DNA is stored and the cell's instructions for growth and function are written. Around the nucleus, you'll see the cytoplasm, a jelly-like substance that fills the rest of the cell. The cytoplasm holds all the other organelles and helps them carry out their functions. Let's zoom in on the cell wall. You can see it clearly as the thick outer layer that surrounds each cell, giving it that square-like shape. This cell wall is made of cellulose, a tough, fibrous material. It's the reason why plant cells are so sturdy and able to withstand pressure from water inside the cell. Think of the cell wall as a brick wall. It provides structural support to the plant and protects it from external damage. The cell wall is permeable, meaning it allows things like water and gases to pass through. It's not a solid barrier, but more like a filter that ensures the right substances get in and out. In onion peel cells, the cell wall is clearly visible, creating a rigid structure that supports the rest of the cell's activities. Just inside the cell wall, we find the cell membrane. Imagine a gatekeeper controlling what comes in and out of the cell. The cell membrane is semi-permeable, meaning it allows only certain substances to pass through. This selective permeability is crucial for maintaining homeostasis, the balance inside the cell. For example, it lets nutrients like water and oxygen into the cell, while keeping harmful substances out. The cell membrane also plays a role in signal reception, allowing the cell to interact with its environment. So, in essence, while the cell wall provides structure and protection, the cell membrane makes sure the cell stays in balance, controlling what enters and exits. Next up, let's take a closer look at the nucleus, which is often the most prominent structure in the cell. Think of the nucleus as the brain of the cell. Everything that happens in the cell is directed by the nucleus. It contains the cell's genetic material in the form of DNA, which is essentially the blueprint for life. The nucleus is surrounded by a double-layered membrane called the nuclear envelope, and there are tiny pores that control the flow of substances in and out of the nucleus. Inside, we also have the nucleolus, a smaller structure where ribosomes are produced. The nucleoplasm, a jelly-like substance, fills the nucleus and supports the chromatin, which condenses to form chromosomes during cell division. Without the nucleus, a cell wouldn't be able to function or reproduce. It's the ultimate control center, ensuring the cell follows the correct instructions. So, let's quickly recap everything we've observed in our onion peel experiment. First, we looked at the cell wall, which provides support and defines the cell's shape. Then, we explored the cell membrane, the selective gatekeeper that controls the movement of substances. Finally, we saw the nucleus, the brain of the cell, containing genetic material that drives the cell's activities. From the rigid structure of the cell wall to the regulation of life by the nucleus, each part of the cell works together in perfect harmony. As you saw under the microscope, these tiny structures are what keep life running at the cellular level, giving life its form and function. Isn't it amazing how something so small can be so complex and beautifully coordinated? The microscopic world is full of wonders, and now you have a glimpse into the amazing machinery of life inside each cell. Biology truly is the science of life.